Hi Dresser Cuties, Wendy here. Today we're drawing Megan from Katseye. So let's get started. To draw cute Megan, let's first start by drawing her eyes. So I'm going to start right here with a circle. And then I'm going to come across about this white and draw another circle. There. So now that my two circles in, I'm going to make them draw so cute eyes with two small circles inside for highlights and a curved line at the bottom and shade in the top. And lines at the bottom, and same thing over here. There. So now that the eyes in, I'm going to spruce them up on the sides right here with lashes. So I'll just draw maybe one, and then another one. And same thing here. So maybe a longer one at the top, and then a shorter one. And then let's of course give her a sweet smile. So let's say about right here in the center area. Go ahead and draw a curve. So I go slightly upwards and cap it off. Then from there we need to frame her face. So I'm going to come to the top of my eye and really close to these lashes. I'm just going to start to draw a curve right around the lashes in her eye. About right there. And then I'm going to bring down this curve for her face. And then I'm going to find my center, just kind of approximately how low I want her chin. So let's say about right here. Give myself a point, and it just makes it easier for me to see where I'm going. And a curve, and then right here, go back up on the other side. There. Okay, so now that we have that, let's bring this up a little bit. Same thing. And then we need to draw her bangs. So I'm going to try my best to draw as light as possible. So I'm going to find my center, and I'm just going to start about right here. And I'm going to come down really close to her eyes. It's basically touching her eyes, and I'm just going to randomly zigzag my way down across. So sometimes maybe a little bit thicker, thinner, maybe skip a little bit more space, just to mix it up a little bit. So same thing here. So we're going to go the other way now. So maybe skip a little bit of space sometimes. But you want it really close to her eye. There. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to come into the space, kind of like where her brow would be, and about right here, I'm just going to, whatever space I have, if I have any, I'll just go ahead and draw this line so that we know that she has brows. And same thing on the other side. So we'd start about right here, go across, if you have any space. If you don't, then it doesn't matter. Okay, so then now that we have that, let's see here. Let's go and bring her, I'm going to pop it out a tiny bit and go up to create this curve towards the center. So then about right on this side, same thing, just easier for my hand. I'm going to come down, right there, and I'll just quickly put in some more details. Okay, so then from there, we need to come to the side of her face, and we're just gonna come right about here, draw a strand, thin strand, and zigzag it down to another longer strand. And I'm gonna go up. And so same thing on this side. Okay, so then let's go back up in the center area, and I'm just gonna put in a line right here, and about right there, I'll go up on both sides and then come down. And let's go ahead and we're going to come down to about right here and then start to wave. So same thing on this side. Come down, slight angle, and then around, and then start to wave. Maybe a little too high. Let's bring it down a little bit. Then some parting lines for her hair, because she just has these different strands of color, so that's why I'm not finishing off things right here, so that when you color, you can put in the different shades. And so let's go ahead, before we finish the rest of her hair, let's draw her body. So I'm going to come to the center and give her a little neck, come out her shoulders, so right there. Then we're going to come down. So just kind of imagining this is where it's going to start to bend. So we're going to skip a little bit of space and about right here and here. I'm just going to draw a slight angle line on both sides. There. So now we know where her body's going to be, her torso. So let's bring this down a little bit more for her waist. And before I finish that, I'm going to come back up and draw the detail. So I'm going to come into the center area, but the same height as that line I've created, and I'm just going to wobble and swirl a rose. So basically a little flower right in the center. Just go around, and then we're going to create her top. So I'm going to come right about here. And come down, and same thing here. Go up and then come down. Then we need to draw in some straps. There. Okay, and then for some details, line here, and then maybe just two little ones right there. So then we're going to come down. So I'm going to say her waist is about right there. Then I'm going to start to come out on both sides. About right there. And about here, I'm going to kind of curve it in for her hips. So out, and then I kind of go in a little bit. And we're just going to end about the same height on both sides. Then connect it with a curve. It's very tight. So then right about here, we're going to flare it out for the bottom ruffles of her dress. So now that we're about the same height, I'm going to go ahead and just wobble my way across. A bunch of curves. But I'm just going to try my best to kind of do it at a curve and then go right back up. So it's still a slight curve. And then we have one more layer, so we're going to come down, and once again do the same thing. And across. So then for some details on this dress, You come back up here, maybe 2, longer one, shorter one, just to make it look extra roughly. And then her legs. So find your center, and about right here, I'm gonna go to the left, go to the right, and we're gonna start her legs. So right about here, I'm gonna angle a little bit, her hips, coming down, and about there, I'm gonna cut it off because she has these really high boots. So same thing here. Okay, so then from there, let's work on this side. I'm just gonna go down like normally, and I'm gonna aim to go lower, but as I go down, I'm just gonna wobble a little bit because you're giving her boots some texture. And same thing here. Just a little bit subtle. And so now that it's thinner, right here where her ankle would be, then we can go ahead and flare it out. And connect there. So same thing on this other side. And flare it out. In. And connect. There. Okay, and then her arms. So let's put her arms on her hips on this side. So let's say about right here. And come down to about right there. Then angle it. Another angle for her hands. And then we're going to round this part off and thicken it up. To elbow. And bring it in. And about right here, come down a little bit more, and then her fingers. And then on this side, that'd be cute just to have her hands kind of flaring out. So about right here, round this part off. Come down to right about there for her elbow. And then the rest of her hand. And thicken it up. So say about right there. So we're going to draw her thumb and flare out her fingers. Oops, a little too long, but about right there. Okay, so then we can finally finish her hair. So let's come back up and just kind of wobble in. Then whatever space you have left. And I guess I should just put a little curve there. And then her hair, she has this also another pink strand, so I'm just going to draw that in. So that when I color, it'll be in there. Should I just leave it? Okay, you know what? There. So that the pink will continue. But that is pretty much it for my drawing here of Megan from Katseye. Oh, actually, one more thing I almost forgot. She has this choker right here. So thank you for requesting Katseye. If there's other members you want me to draw, definitely let me know in the comments below. But I really hope I helped you draw her fun and easy today. And if I did, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe so you won't miss any new Draw So Cute videos. See you later.